Hi, my name is Andrea Smith. I'm a mental health facilitator, a stress coach, and a stress buster, a cognitive behavior therapist. Today, I want to talk a little bit about improving your team productivity with these 5 key growth mindset tips. So, do you know, lots of people talk about growth mindset tips. What they don't say is how you're going to work with them and use them creatively, how you're going to think creatively, how you're going to think critically and reflectively. So you have to view these impossible problems as challenges and use those opportunities for learning and growth. Sometimes we use failures as something that will knock us down, but you can use them as opportunities for inspiration. Be prepared for failures. Use them as mishaps, but don't use them to knock you down. Take this mindset assessment. Now, your growth mindset is a belief that has the intelligence and ability to be nurtured through learning and effort. So when you talk about view impossible problems as challenges, even if you're overly stressed, what happens when you get stressed? You get into this fight, flight, or freeze response. You know, when you're stressed, sometimes you need a little bit of stress to work through, be more productive, to kickstart you to not procrastinate, to do the things that you love. But sometimes when you're overly stressed, you're emotionally and you're physically exhausted. It damages your health and you break down. You don't have the energy to kickstart, and then you get really, really tired. You don't work together as a team at your workplace. You always start to find that you go to work physically exhausted, you don't sleep well at night, and then you are not creative. You don't work as a team in your workplace, and that affects your work. And then when you come home, you're exhausted and affects your work life as well, your home life as well. So how are you going to view failures as opportunities? Are you susceptible to stress? How do you respond to a stressful event? Have you got the tools and techniques to be able to overcome that stressful event and work together with your team in your workplace to overcome those? You know, lots of things come at us. Your boss is asking you to do X, Y, Z. Your co-workers asking, have you finished this because I can't do X, Y, Z? What are you going to do? Now, when we are stressed, our brains get used to being really overly stressed, and those neuronal connections to our brain is very overstretched and overcome by those stressful events. So if you learn some resilience tips and techniques, some growth mindset techniques, those neuronal connections get really strengthened and quickened, and you're able to overcome them very quickly. Now, I've got this little tip that I teach people. It's called, what do you do when your stress bucket gets filled up with negative emotions? You identify those things that are really affecting you. What is the first thing you can do to relieve that heavy negative feelings? Consider, to create a key, like a little hole in that overwhelm. Name it so you can put that positive energy in it, in that emotional state, and then you can create a non-negotiable emotional state. So first, you view those failures as just events that have occurred in your life. Take some time out. Do something that makes you feel good. Set those boundaries so you're not overwhelming yourself and you're not creating this whole bucket that you're not able to take on those challenges from your workplace. Improve your time management. Set small goals so you're able to improve time management, and then you'll be able to let go of those stresses, become aware how to empty the stress bucket, and move forward with the things that you wish to achieve. Now, sometimes our bucket contains this: I hate my neighbor, or this person at work doesn't like me, I can't do this, this is too difficult. How are you going to think creatively and differently to reframe that? By saying, I can and I will try. I will ask somebody to help me. He doesn't like me, but you can just say to yourself, actually, that person is just busy and is short because of what's going on in their life. It's not that they don't like me. So just changing how you're going to think and create differently. So what you think affects what you achieve. So there's a difference between your growth mindset and fixed mindset. It can be the way you think about yourself and your abilities to shape our lives. Absolutely. You know, your growth mindset is how you're growing every day differently and proactively. And your fixed mindset, if you're thinking, oh, you know, somebody at work doesn't like you, or somebody is just putting pressure on you, somebody is either bullying you or, you know, causing you to feel unhappy. So just, you know, I'm going to teach you a technique for how to create the difference between your growth and fixed mindset. So I've got the self-assessment here, and I'm going to just run to them quickly. If you have to work something really hard, that means I'm not smart. Is that true or false? I like to challenge myself. Is that true? You know, you have to ask yourself these questions. When I make a mistake, I get embarrassed. Is that true or false? I like to be told I'm smart. All of us like to have that little encouragement. I usually quit when something gets difficult or frustrating. There is some things that I'm never good at. So, you know, trying to do things differently. The harder you work at something, the better you will be. No matter what kind of person you are, you can always change substantially. Try new things that's stressful for me. I appreciate when my manager or the HR person gives me feedback about my performance. You know, do you think human beings are basically good and sometimes make terrible decisions? So my guide to you here is you can do things differently. More importantly, you can respond differently. So I've got this little bit of a growth mindset tip here that I'm going to share with you. Excuse me till I find that I'm going to share a screen again. So here I'm just talking about the difference between your growth and your fixed mindset. Growth mindset is you believe that your intelligence and talent can be improved. You believe, and a fixed mindset is you can fix it, but actually it's not true. You know, you have to embrace those flaws and mistakes as opportunities for growth, accepting those setbacks as part of learning process. Feel empowered to reach your goals. So in a fixed mindset, you're hiding those flaws. You're feeling that those flaws are failures, giving up, being unmotivated to achieve those goals. Now, you see intelligence as something you can develop over time, is your growth mindset. But in a fixed mindset, you see intelligence as something need to be fixed. In your motivation, you're willing to embrace new challenges. You're willing to do things that are different. But in your fixed mindset, you're avoiding those challenges. You're thinking, oh, I can't achieve that, and I'll just tell my boss I can't do it. In your growth mindset, you believe that there's an effort and practice will lead to you perfecting the things you want to do. In a fixed mindset, you believe that it takes talent and innate effort. That practices that are important. In your growth mindset, you see failures as temporary, and you're going to challenge yourself to do something different. In your fixed mindset, you give up easily. You don't want to do. So my inspiration today is you pick up an inspirational person and you see them as inspiration for you to grow and to progress. Don't have that fixed mindset. See other people's successes as a threat. You know, view feedback as an opportunity to change things, do something different. So my next slide is I've got, how do you practice this growth mindset? So what to say and what not to say. So I would use these words. This task is really hard because I'm still developing my problem solving skills. And the next one is, I'm not a math person, but I need to work at it. Or your fixed mind vulnerability, I'm not a math person, I just can't do it. And you just stop there and have a block. I struggle, is a growth mindset. It's learning something, but I'm going to try to learn it. Don't have that fixed mindset means it's you're failed. And my last one is, I didn't do great this time, but I have time to learn. I'm going to perfect it, and I'm going to try doing something different. So I'd like to, try this next slide that I have. I hope you guys can see it still. So let me make sure that the slide is still coming up. So my last tip is here. I call it my reach process. First, you reflect, you take time to acknowledge, reflect, and embrace all your failures. It's really key to us developing this growth mindset. Effort, use your opportunities to find your purpose. Your ability, you have the ability to take on challenges and bounce back from failures. So you need to change, nurture those strengths, those abilities, find the strength from within. The last one, have that belief that a growth mindset people see setbacks as a necessary part for learning process. So my last tip of today is integrate the word yet into your vocabulary, signals that you have the strength despite any struggles to overcome anything. So thank you for watching today. I really enjoyed talking to you guys today, and I'm going to, give these tips every week. So please come along and listen. Thank you. Bye for now.